a dish with D. That's me. Thank you for coming to this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Monday. And what does that mean on this channel? Cue the horns. It means Weight Watchers weekly meeting topic and my weekly weigh-in from last week. I get weighed on Friday, so I record it. Well, record the video today, Monday. And it's the weight from last week. Well, Friday, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Argue with yourself, Denise. Okay, yes. How was your week? My week wasn't bad. It was my birthday week, but my week was not, I don't consider my week bad. If you consider it bad and good. Remember, we don't talk about bad and good, but for weighing purposes, was I on plan or off plan? Did I have many indulgences? I had some, not a lot. Going into Friday's weigh-in, I was very worried because you kind of feel it. You feel it. And I did not feel, I still do, I felt puffy, which is the word, I guess. And the day before we were at Atlantic City, I showed a video on my other channel. We were out in the heat, for the afternoon. Am I going to blame that? No, I do have ankles to prove it. But yeah, so when I was going there, I didn't feel very confident. I was almost going to do a non-weigh-in, which you can do, but I thought, what does it matter? You did the best week you could. You're not going to take anything back. So just get in there and own it. So I did. I was up 2.8. What? Yeah, a little bit shocked, I'm not gonna lie. 2.8, I expect like 1.5. It's, all right, fall is here, my lovelies. Hey, boo. I'm having pumpkin for breakfast this morning. I know. It's August, 19th? Pumpkin spice is back. So, did it blow the wind out of my sails? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Because like I said, I knew I was going to be, I did just not think, we'll just say 3 pounds. Let's just round it up. Yeah. And people will say, D, you're on Weight Watchers, it's not working. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been on several things in the last 6 months. Nothing is working because it's just I finally hit the menopause thing that people talk about, and I lost my weight during menopause, so I didn't think that I was going to be on that train. Well, yeah, the train is pulled in, so yeah, it's very difficult, for me to on any plan. So I'm knowing it's not the plan. I know it's me, and that's a good feeling because well, I'm going to switch. I'm going to yield the same results. I've yielded the same results for the past 6 months. Actually, I've yielded the same results for the past 3 years. Let's put it out there. Since 2021, I have not had a significant loss since 2021. Not at all. And I don't know what, my body's changed. And I've accepted the fact, I've accepted it. Is it hard sometimes? Yeah, because, you've been able to do this and this happened and you're doing this and nothing's happening. Does it mean I give up? No, because if I give up, it's not going to be good. And I know that. And I know that I can maintain this loss, and that's a win. So will I have a loss this week? I'm pretty sure I will, because I don't feel like that was a true gain. So I really think that I just do my program, do the real program. I think I will, will not have another gain. I don't foresee that in the future. But there's a lot of time between now and then. Could I mess that up? Sure I can. Sure I can. I can get that little voice in my head saying, oh, what does it matter? Just eat it. Don't just eat it. Just stop. You want to have it. And then, I'm trying to get that little voice to shut up. Because we all have it. Y'all have that little voice. Come on. Give me a high five if you have that little voice. We all have it. So I'm just trying to keep that little voice at bay and just do my plan. So that's the results for this week. Not proud of it. Not shocked. Like I said, I knew, you feel it. I felt it. I felt every ounce of it. I didn't go, I just got to getting up in the morning. I'm like, it's not going to be good. I could just tell. I've never, and this is the thing, it's something new for me. I've never been like this. My mother had very bad issues with fluid retention since she had my brother and I never did. She always go, oh my gosh, I can't believe how nice your ankles are. And hers were horrible. But now I'm noticing like sock marks, and I'm noticing like ring marks from my ring. Now, this has only been on for 5 minutes. I already have a ring mark. I never did. So it's learning how to accept my new body and what I'm going to do with it. So we're going to do it. We're going to, I'm going to just trudge on, keep doing what I, know to do, because if I don't, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to gain those 100 pounds right back. And then where will I be? I am so far from where I was that I have to always remember that. I do. It's all right. It's all right. We will move on together, right? All right, let's get to the topic at hand. How to build a tracking routine. I like how they put routine in there, because it does become a routine if you do it, enough. And it should be a routine because, and I know people complain, oh, I don't want to track, and tracking isn't hard. And when you complain about it like that, I don't feel, especially in the beginning of your journey when, it's so imperative to know what you're eating. When you're going to complain, you really don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose weight and be healthy because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're at the track. Really? Really? I have to do all that work? It takes work. You're not going to get there on, your merits alone. You got to put this blood, sweat, and tears in. Pop quiz. What are the 3 things you do every day without even thinking? Maybe it's brushing your teeth, making the bed, checking your email. To reap the weight loss benefits of tracking, make it just another part of your routine. It has to be. And, I'm not lucky enough that I could just track in my head, or I could intuitively eat and be fine with it. No, I have my body. Obviously, my body has problems, so I have to address them. Try this. Which tracking style makes it feel easier for you? Remember, all our styles are different. Now, for me, before I even read that, mine is I make my breakfast. I track it because I record it. But if I wasn't recording it, I would sit down and I do quick add. It's just easier because we all know most of the things that we eat, pretty much. 6 points, breakfast, 6 points. Sometimes I put brekkie. I don't put the whole word brekkie. I put brekkie, 6 points. Be done with it. Even when I'm filming, I still do it that way. Brekkie, lunchy, din. I don't have to put dinner, I put din. I know what it is. Goes in the right spot. So definitely make adjustments. And like I said, 90% of us eat the same foods. We know what the points are. So the fact that you're not tracking is sad, because I know you know it. Track an entire day of food or as you go. You can track at night at the end of the day if you chose, but to me, I don't know, I like to see what I have available for dinner and a snack. So yeah, I'd like to track as I eat. I also sometimes track the night before. If I'm making my breakfast, I might track it the night before because it's already done. I'm making it, I'm compiling it. It's easy, just put it in. Saving often tracked foods or meals, or tracking from scratch every time. You can do that. You can save meals, you can save food. Now, the new update, when you go to track, it's giving you what you've tracked in the last, I think, week. So you could just, if you're like me, like a repeat offender of food, you can just scroll, oh, there's that, and you can track it really easily. So that's been a nice feature. Tracking before or during or after you eat. I always track before I eat, because this way it's my reward for eating. Eating is my reward for tracking. And it's something you do, and you eat. What strategies have worked well for you? Taking pictures of your meals to track later, that's a good thing, especially if you're out, you don't want to track in front of your friends because you don't want to look everything up. You can take a picture, track at certain times of the day using the barcode scanner. Now we'll tell you, sometimes that barcode scanner is not reliable, but here's the glory of that. You're giving it something. It may be off by a point. Most times it's a point. I very rarely seen it off by 2 or 3, but here's the thing, you have weekly points. So if you're off by a point, is it tragic? We go, oh my gosh, it was off by a stinking point. When you get nitty gritty about things, then I don't know, you're going to complain about it being off by a point. It's a point. Just put it in. Or just like I said, it's going to come out in the wash anyway. Using the quick add feature to guesstimate points. Oh yeah, definitely the quick add. Like I said, I would guarantee 90% of us eat the same rotation of food. and you know the points. Or other, what do you do that I have not mentioned? Please leave it in the comment section below. Using your answers, determine how you'll create a tracking routine. I'll track meals and snacks as I go, and I'll use the barcode scanner, save favorites, and guesstimate points when needed. Definitely guesstimate. You have to give it something. And most people tend to overpoint it because they'd rather have it overpointed than underpoint. That's true in some cases, but if you have time, go back and check it somewhere and save yourself and again, here I'm saying it's just a point or two, but if you're low on points at the end of the day, if you've guesstimated most of the day, then just go back and check it. When is the best time to track? I'll set aside a few minutes after every meal. I say do it before. It doesn't take that long. It really doesn't. I think once you're done, you're into a different headspace. You might have forgotten what's on that plate. I've done that. Forgot I put a sauce on there. Forgot there was butter. Yeah, I'm better off looking at it and pointing it in. Let's dive deeper. We talk a lot about tracking. And if you're new around here, hi and welcome. Get ready to hear a lot because the science is crystal clear. People who track more often lose more weight. That is true. Why? Tracking makes you aware of what and how much you're eating, and awareness is key to making small but meaningful changes. Plus, you might find you eat a little bit more if you track because you know what's there. If you're guesstimating, you might slightly be under eating. So definitely tracking could help in either direction. What's tricky? Tracking takes time and effort. And we are humans and more likely to do stuff that's easy. So learning what makes tracking feel seamless for you helps you stick with it. Some other tracking hacks we're going to mention. But yes, tracking does take time and effort. And some of us, there is no easy way. Let's put that out there. There is no easy way to lose weight. There's nothing easy and fun about it. It's not. It's not fun. It's hard, and sometimes it's sad because you want something that you don't have points for. You want to eat that, even though you might not need it for the day, but you just want it. And sometimes we just give it to ourselves, not realizing we don't have the points for it, or maybe realizing we do have the points for it and we didn't have it. So tracking is really key to getting your full, what you're entitled to, really what you're entitled to for the day. And sometimes what I've said many times, points are not always created equal. They're not. If you're running out of points at the end of the day, and some of the things are low, and I know Weight Watchers is not a calorie-based plan, I know that. But sometimes we look at something that it's 6 to 8 points and it's 100 calories. Go into those weekly points that day, because I'm telling you, you're not eating enough. And I know why it's 6 and 8 points. I don't always agree with it being 6 and 8 points because it makes, especially people that only stick to 23 points a day, if they're having something that doesn't mesh well with points and calories, you're going to be under eating. So always be mindful of looking at it. Just look, you don't have to count it as a calorie, but just look at it in the back of your head, knowing that, yeah, you know what, I can go into my little bit of weekly points for a little treat or something, or a little bit of, not even a treat, like I want to eat another side with my dinner. I want to eat a roll. I want to eat, some potatoes, but I don't have any points left. Look at what you've eaten during the day and realize that, oh wow, that was 6, 8 points, but that's only 100 calories. But most of us traditionally, and I'm generalizing, should be around 1,500, between 13 to 15, generally. I mean, there's people that get more, there's people that probably get less, but I'm just giving you a generalization. So if you're eating something that's almost a third of your points and only 100 calories, I guarantee at the end of the day, you're going to be you're going to be too much of a deficit. So we have to be a little bit smart and just gaze at it. I'm not sitting there telling you to track it, like track calories. No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to just be aware that when something registers as a high point and it's low calorie, it kind of gives you a little bit of wiggle room later on to go into those weekly points. And you need to, because you need to be eating enough. Set guidelines and reminders. For example, if you track after every meal, open the app as soon as you clear your plate. For all at once trackers, try setting an alarm on your phone to that time that works for you. Like I said, I tend to like to track before because I have a memory problem. I forget what I've eaten 5 minutes ago. How many nuts did I have? I don't remember. I think I weighed them out, because especially when you're tracking in grams, that 23 grams numbers might escape you. Not that, you could have had the serving size on the bag, and that's fine. You just scan the bag. But like if you're having less, like, ooh, what was that in grams? I don't remember. Because you should have measured it, tracked it, just before you forget. That's what I do, because I know me. I forget. Forget perfection. Tracking consistently with fewer details is better than getting burned out while trying to log at every single bite, ingredient, and exact portion. You have to give it something. You don't have to be perfect. That's why there is those weekly points. It's kind of like a little bit of a safe spot there to kind of grab if you need it. Sharpening or creating habits around the most effective weight loss behaviors like tracking helps pave the way to your goals. After all, we like things that are easy, right? A few focused goals feel easier and more doable than attempting to make over your whole routine, because you're not gonna. You might think you're gonna, you plan on it, but the odds are you're just not. And can we, set up small little changes that we can do? And there's so many little things that we do on our journey, and tracking is a small part of that, and it is important. My leader used to say, track on the days you want to see success. You want to see loss. People who track consistently are the ones that reach their goals. It is true. I am a testament to that. I was a horrible tracker. Well, back when it was on the paper, I hated that because you had to subtract. And, Denise, it's too much work. But when we got to the app and able to track on the app, it opened up so many doors. It really did. And when I really got down to it, I made goal by being a consistent tracker. Consistency is key in this journey. Being consistent in the smallest of ways. It doesn't have to be large scale. It could be very small consistencies. So definitely, consistency is such a great word. That might be my word for next year. I have to think of it. I always think so ahead of time. But consistency. It's such, an important thing with everything. Consistency, like even on my channel, being consistent with my content. It's all about being consistent in our life. When we were raising kids, we were consistent with how we, disciplined and how we raised them and how we taught them. We were kept consistent because, with kids you have to, because you give an inch, they take a yard. So it's anything, we have to be consistent in our journey, in our lifestyle, in our tracking, in our food choices. I mean, always fit those treats in if you want them. But you got to track them to know you have the points for them. Oh, well, I think I have points left. I'm just going to grab it. But do you? And do you have more points? You could have had the whole thing instead of half. Because you didn't track it. Especially if you're eating a lot of 0-point foods. You really don't know what you have, if you're not even tracking those, which doesn't really show up as anything when you track 0-point foods. It gives you an idea, though, of what you ate. If you never need to look back on the week prior, what did I eat that I did so well? You'll see if you track your zeros what you actually did eat. Don't expect to remember it because you're not. So it's always good if you really want a good picture of your week, track the chicken, track the eggs, track the fruits and not the vegetables, track the fruits at least. I am not a vegetable tracker. Even when I track calories, it was, way too daunting. You don't need to be tracking vegetables unless it's corn or potatoes. Those you should track. Maybe even peas, but honestly, the other ones, zucchini, tomatoes, celery, carrots, lettuce, it all works out in the wash. But being consistent and, tracking is a big thing, and tracking is the most that I hear about from people say, oh my gosh, do I have to track for the rest of my life? Yes, I think I do. And that is the one, if that's the one little thing I have to do to keep my 100 pounds off, don't you think I'm going to do it? It takes me 30 to 40 seconds before I eat. Really, I mean, I love when they complain. It's like, nobody's going to hand you this to say, here you go. You're going to lose weight. Just eat the way you want to eat. You'll lose it, and then life goes on. No, it's hard. And I try to tell people, you can't just wish it away. Just wish I'd lose weight. You have to want it, and you have to work at it. Nothing good doesn't come without any work, unfortunately. There's no magic pill. Even those Ozempic injections and stuff, you still have to eat. You still have to watch what you're eating. You're not going to take a drug and like, okay. No, you still have to watch what you eat. No matter what you do, we have to work. And tracking is one thing that we all should be doing. You have to be accountable for your food. Bottom line. So that is it for me today. I hope you enjoy this video. How did you do this week on your scale? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm a little bit frustrated, not gonna lie, but you know what? Do I give up? Giving up will only cause me to gain 100 pounds. So I know that. Is it frustrating? Yes, it is very frustrating. But, you know, I've been very consistent, honestly, for the last 3 years, that's for sure. But I won't give up. I will trudge on. I will keep doing my plan. All you can do. You just gotta keep trying. So let me know how you do on the scale. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with D. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let you know when I upload. And I will dish with you another day, my lovelies. Have a great rest of your day. To start to a beautiful week. I think we're going to our temperatures are going to go down this week. That's what I heard anyway. We'll see. But it's beautiful out here this morning. I can't complain. The sky is blue. And you hear the pool and the dog is sleeping. So have a great week. We got this, and I will dish with you tomorrow.